You don't date other wrestlers. That's the rule that's long been touted when performers are quizzed about mixing professional and personal life, even though clearly it's not advice that everybody takes to heart. There's loads of couples throughout the industry, and we know about them more than ever these days, thanks to the rise of social media. You can check someone's Instagram and quickly realize that your favorite wrestlers are also each other's favorite wrestlers. Kind of proud of that line. Anywho, if it goes really well and you both find yourself getting a serious push in a promotion, all of a sudden you can become pretty formidable. Even though this wasn't the original intent, you can use it to take step forwards and sometimes even change the business entirely. That sounds like a successful coming together if you ask me. But who's on top? Let's find out. I'm Simon from What Culture, and this is the 10 most important wrestling couples right now. Number 10, Rusev and Lana. A few years ago, Lana and Rusev would have been higher on this list, but for one reason or another, both have struggled on TV as of late. Lana comes and goes, and WWE seems to have no idea what to do with Ruru, despite at one point being pegged as a future world champion. Which he still is, by the way. Hashtag save Rusev. It hasn't helped that the ravishing Russian's accent vanished one day, which also tied into their gimmick being watered down to boot, because ever since then, WWE doesn't know where they fit in. The current team alongside Shinsuke Nakamura doesn't even seem interested in competing from a storyline point of view. It is mystifying. They're both very smart though because of how they use their social media. Even when they don't get time on SmackDown, the two are great at staying relevant that way. And whether you like it or not, that is important in 2019. The company considers it extremely worthwhile, so if you can use it, why the hell not? And there is always hope because we know the potential is there. We've seen it, and at WrestleMania, Rusev came out on a damn tank. We just need to tap back into that and believe in what they can do. Whether or not that happens, I don't know, but as a duo, they have taken advantage at every turn. Who knows where they'd be without the other. Number 9, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. A relatively new couple which are making their way up the rankings, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega actually try and keep their relationship on the quiet. We only know thanks to the odd selfie here and there, or because of more formal events like the Hall of Fame. They're not even paired together on TV, as Vega does grand work with Andrade and Black cuts dark, haunting promos. Either way, both are trying to carve their own paths on SmackDown. WWE must think highly of them in some regard though when you see the lengths they went to recently. Black and Vega were moved to Raw and then back to Tuesday nights as the company tried to appease as many people as possible, and there's no way these two would have been included if they weren't on some important list. Other than this list, of course. Also works for WWE as breaking up a married couple would be awful from a PR standpoint. On top of that, both are kicking ass individually and that counts as well. Maybe one day in the future we see them put as a pair, and that could push them even higher. It's a very bright time for two people ready to make a mark. Number 8, Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Sooner rather than later, both of these guys will have a chance to show what they can do on the main roster, but until then, they rule the roost in NXT. Gargano recently lived out his dream as he became the world's champion, and as soon as he lifted that title, Candice was right there ready to celebrate alongside him. From a wider perspective, it's what NXT is that has helped. Essentially an indie federation within the WWE landscape, it's created an army of fans who would rather watch this as opposed to Raw and SmackDown, and right bang in the center of that are these two. That's a powerful position to be in because it puts them on a level to this fan base they may not have had otherwise. With recent changes on Mondays and Tuesdays, it looks like they may be located in Florida for a while, and I think that will only be of benefit as they continue to smash it. If nothing else, they're a beacon of hope for anyone down on their relationship luck. Just visit either of their Twitters. Lovely. Number 7, Edge and Beth Phoenix. It's true that Edge retired in 2011 and isn't coming back to wrestling anytime soon. He seems more than happy doing his own thing while serving as an ambassador for WWE. It's a bit different for his wife. She made a return to the ring recently and has constant commentary jobs too. Make no mistake though, together they are damn powerful. For one, they're the only twin Hall of Famers in this list, and that's not a fluke. Edge's career from both a singles and tag team perspective was brilliant, and Phoenix was essential in getting the women's division to where it is today. Also, without the rated R superstar, we may never have got the madness that is the Money in the Bank. He was the first guy to cash in as fans everywhere tried to figure out what it all meant. Outside of that, think about it. They come and go as they please, are happy, and don't rely on a WWE paycheck. That's the dream, I tell you, and it's where strength lies. When you can do things on your own terms, you already won. Number 6, Renee Young and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose has now left WWE and returned as Jon Moxley, but does that mean his impact as a power couple alongside Renee Young has diminished? No freaking way. You're going to have Young in the WWE and Ambrose making waves in AEW. It could also see Dean, or John, find that creative magic once again that we haven't seen since The Shield burst onto the scene, which would appeal to everyone. He could become a pivotal part of this new group while Young continues to do her own thing on Monday nights. I can't think of too many better positions to be in if you're a couple in wrestling. The best bit is, they won't go on about it either. Both have been very quiet about their private life and also are just so lovey-dovey, they seem like a perfect fit. Isn't it nice? Number 5, The Miz and Maurice. Maurice never even needs to wrestle again and she can still play a role in WWE. Even when she returns and backs up her husband, it brings something special to the table, and she is good at it. Has one of those looks that just screams arrogance and confidence all in one. As for The Miz, well, he's the flippin' Miz. No one is as relied upon as much as that man, and his longevity sums it up. I'm pretty sure he can be with the WWE for as long as he wants, and everybody will be okay with it. He's a company dude. The two also have a reality show now in the form of Miz and Mrs., and that just increases their worth further. Any kind of success outside of WWE is a huge plus point, especially to Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He loves that as it waves the flag in front of new audiences. Given it's now in its second season, that's just going to help even more. So they have looks, money, job security, and external opportunities, which is not a bad haul all things considered. They're also making cash for WWE, and that's the icing on top. As things stand right now, there's no reason to even think about changing, and together, they become even more powerful. Number 4, Charlotte Flair and Andrade. A quick look at her social media shows dozens of pictures of them together, which likely means she's smitten with her new man and that things are getting pretty serious. I mean, look what happened when WWE broke them up in the Superstar Shakeup. It took a week before they went out of their way to rectify it, and I doubt that would have happened across the board. The company wanted to keep them sweet, and that means the future is bright. Andrade has all the tools to become a top star, and of course Flair is already there. So their business prospects look very promising, as does their budding relationships. That works on a lot of levels and will likely serve them well all around. Also, now I think about it, there's probably something in them being a partnership on TV too. Could even tie in Zelina Vega and Aleister Black if you wanted, because who doesn't like a healthy dose of reality being thrown into their wrestling food? Number 3, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. A rumor that was soon revealed by Seth as he posted an image on his Instagram of the two kissing. Lynch and Rollins are officially dating. I sound like I'm in Saved by the Bell. It was pretty obvious even before the confirmation, as Seth had told interviewers that he'd leave it up to interpretation when quizzed about the pair. Doesn't take a genius. This is why, even though it can't have been a super long thing, the couple are instantly near the top. Rollins is a constant in WWE, and of course at the moment he is the Universal Champion, and Becky Lynch is the women's division. Ever since she became the man, there's been no stopping her, right down to being in the first ever female WrestleMania main event. It doesn't even matter she lost her SmackDown title at Money in the Bank. She is bulletproof. You can see how it works too. They're both driven, ambitious people with a love of music, hard work, and fun. That makes them a good fit, and is probably why some fans act like school children when they heard that this was real. Number 2, Cody and Brandi Rhodes. If somebody had told you that Stardust and a WWE ring announcer would go on to change the wrestling world, I'm not sure anyone would have believed you. But ever since leaving the promotion, their careers have gone from strength to strength as they transformed the indie scene and became a driving force behind AEW. Brandi is the chief brand officer and Cody the executive vice president. They have everything at their feet. They're also a joy for wrestling fans, as those looking for something different have put their hopes on these two, as well as the Young Bucks Kenny Omega and a host of others. They keep saying the right things, and with a TNT TV deal on the horizon, it could very well be the fresh twist the industry needs. And none of this would be happening without the Rhodes. Their evolution has been crazy as well. Within a few years, they've gone from two people that met doing their job to being at the forefront of it and seemingly being on exactly the same page. I don't like saying things are meant to be, but surely this fits the bill, and they also seem like awesome people. I've got all the time for that. Number 1, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. If Cody and Brandi are going to become number 1 though, they will have to top Hunter and Steph. Whether you like it or not, they're still wrestling's biggest power couple and have been for a generation. That's simply not changing unless AEW does something unthinkable and manages to tear the WWE down a peg or two. Really as well, this pairing is only going to get stronger as we move into the future. Eventually Vince McMahon will shift away from his position, and that would mean Triple H and Stephanie taking up more control of the day-to-day operations. It's not like they haven't proven their worth either. Look at NXT, it's beloved by hardcore fans across the globe. No one even comes close when you think about it, and I'm sure the duo themselves have plans they wish to execute, but simply can't at the moment. One day they will be running the biggest ship in the dock though, and it may very well be the change WWE is crying out for. We may have to wait a few years, but it will be an interesting transition. Know of any other important wrestling couples that are happening right now? Make sure you let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, smash that button over there. Then head over to whatculture.com and read yourself some articles. Follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE, and watch more videos here on What Culture Wrestling. My name is Simon from What Culture, and maybe one day I too will be in an important wrestling couple. We can but dream.